Well, the stair and walkway system, which we just have a little piece of here, and we had some weight issues for the demonstration. We had to make sure we didn't overload this existing deck. But this starts to demonstrate what we wanted to do with the stair and walkway system, which is very light feeling, very open and airy, again, so that we had that light and air on both sides. We're not in an enclosed corridor, so that sort of feeling of very light and airy.
So in the large development that you're doing, will each unit have basically an outside entrance as compared, you said you wouldn't have a double loaded corridor.
Yes.
So you'll enter your own unit from your own outside entrance.
Right, well there would be a walkway system that would connect them. So it'd be a corridor, but it's not an enclosed corridor.
Okay.
And and it just wouldn't have, it's not all completely enclosed. And each of them would have their doors similar to this, just off of that walkway.
Okay. Let's go look at the downstairs unit.
So both of these units are in a 15 by 45 dimension. And upstairs we saw that we used some of that space for an exterior deck. Down here we actually used the entire module as living space. And what that allowed us to do was, at the kitchen we could have some entertaining space. This is an island that could be used as storage as well as eating. Gave you a space, if you have a dining room table, you could put it here, and then space for you to have a living room. So again, we're just demonstrating how it could be lived in. It doesn't have to be lived in this way. In fact, the island can move to the wall. This can be completely open. However your person's personality would, lives. People live very differently. One of the other things that you'll notice with this unit, different from upstairs, is the ceiling. When you're talking about modular construction, you're typically talking about a full box. It's floor and ceiling on both units. And we lose some valuable height due to that doubling up of space between the floor and the ceiling of the unit. So what we did in this particular situation is tried to do something that would remove that redundancy. So we took the ceiling out of this unit, put in these beams crossways just to give us something to hold the walls together, but we've now lifted this room up 6 more inches, and what you're looking at, this finished surface here, is the underside of the upstairs unit. So this was built on stilts and finished underneath. So when we stood here watching these go, this was completely open to the sky until the upper unit came and was set down. So it's certainly testing the limits of an assembly line, because you're talking about finishing the underside of something, but effect-wise, I think we really gained more livability because we have that height. We don't have all of that structure space. So we're definitely keeping this concept in the next building.
What do you do from noise mitigation if there's less division between the two spaces?
The construction method for the floor is like any other apartment building. So you still have the same construction assemblies that you would in any building. We've just, as far as modular is concerned, taken out that redundant level. So it has the same amount of noise reduction as any other building would.
So this kitchen is set up to be a little bit smaller,
right?
I think.
Yeah. A little bit.
So this kitchen is this kitchen's even a little bit smaller. And the reason we wanted to do this, when you have an opportunity for a prototype, you try to test as many things as you can. So upstairs we had a bathtub. Down here we have a shower. So upstairs we get a longer kitchen. Here we have a shorter kitchen, but we have the island and all of the storage located in there. So
the kitchen is probably dependent, in this case, on the size of the bathroom, which is on the other side of the wall.
Exactly. That's correct. So I think still just as functioning as any other kitchen, just a little bit shorter. Okay. So one of the interesting aspects of living in small spaces is not only storage, but how you divide up spaces. And in a space of this size, if you have 2 people living here, which you could easily see, sometimes you just need some place for someone else to go. So what we've demonstrated here is that you can actually take what we have as freestanding closets and create a desk, just someplace for someone to have your computer. It's not a full-fledged den, but it's a completely different place for someone to be, so you're not always sort of in the same room as one another.
And these closets are freestanding, as you say, so they could be moved around, moved together, and you could do different things with them. Yeah.
And the idea behind these was they don't have to be here, they don't have to be in the bedrooms, they really can be wherever you want your storage to be located. So we've just decided to locate them here as a demonstration. So the 2 units themselves are actually connected not only by the stairs, but in one other place, and that's a shaft that we have in the bathroom. And that is how we get all of our utilities up through the units. All of your water and electrical would all come up from the underside of the bottom unit, and they come up through a 2-hour shaft located behind this wall. So when the site contractor receives the units and it shows up, they would actually open this closet door. This is where all of the water stuff is located. Pull out the washer dryer and then reach into a door and make all of the connections. And then they can close the door up, push it back in, and never have to actually visit that area again. But that's the only place that they're located. So that's why when you're looking at this, the assembly of this floor plan, all of our water issues are all in this one compact smart box, is what we call it, because it's all centrally located around that shaft. So here in this, we've actually chosen to use the combination washer dryer ventless system, very efficient, and very small water heater. Why don't you come on down here to the bedroom? So when we looked at the bedroom design, or what we're showcasing as a bedroom design for this particular unit, it actually still feels very spacious. We didn't want to compromise on the size of the bedroom because that's the first place people would start to feel it's very small. So this is actually based on what the Seattle Housing Authority as well as HUD consider to be a standard bedroom width, which is 9 feet. And it still feels very, very spacious. We actually have a small electric resist heater in here too, so that we can kind of zone the heating here. It doesn't have to be the main system. If it gets a little chilly back here, you can turn that on for a couple minutes and warm up the space in the back.
And what's this floor?
This is,
black floor.
yeah, this black floor is different than upstairs, and this is a Pirelli rubber floor. So rubber is a very natural material. It's very soft on your step, and gave the look of a solid surface. Although we wanted to do a concrete or solid floor down here, that doesn't work well with modular because of the transportation issue. It would all come very cracked. So we wanted to achieve something that gave that same look of a concrete floor, a solid color and surface, without the issues of cracking. And so we're experimenting with the rubber floor. Which
Has it been used much in housing that you know of?
Not really. You
Yeah.
mostly see this in
Yeah.
institutional places.
Yeah.
You even see it, a lot of times you'll recognize it as the one with the little raised circles on it.
Ah, yeah.
This is just the flat version of that.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah.
And it's really great for sound deadening too. Yeah. Not like a hard floor.
How big is this space here?
This space is the full 15 feet, which is out to out wide, so about 14 feet wide by 9 feet in depth.
And then this total apartment is,
This one, out to out dimensions of these are 15 by 45.
and 650, was that the number in terms of square foot in this?
It's about
in this- in this
675.
unit? Yeah, okay. Tammy, what is the website for Mithun, and how can people find out more information about the affordable, sustainable housing projects that you work on?
Mithun's website is www.mithun.com,
And how do you spell Mithun?
MITHUN, and we have various projects there. Not only we do affordable housing, but we do environmental learning centers, we do lots of different urban housing, senior living, so I encourage you to come and look. Everything has a sustainability metric to it.
In fact, we first called Tammy after seeing a newspaper article about a vertical agriculture prototype that you guys had designed
That's
as
right,
part of
yes.
a design contest, which was quite exciting in
Yeah.
itself. This is Glenn Heemstra, Futurist.com with Futurist.com online TV. We've been checking out the future of sustainable and affordable housing with Tammy Shocker.